Hello students, due to some reasons last video was not complete, so in this video we are going ahead with that video. So I told you formula for sacrificing ratio was old ratio minus new ratio, and for gaining ratio it is new ratio minus old ratio. But if you are using formula for calculating sacrificing ratio and your answer is comes in positive form, it means the partner is sacrificing. But if somehow your ratio comes in minus, it means partner is gaining. Same condition is applied here also. If you are using the formula of gaining ratio, that is new ratio minus old ratio, and your answer is positive, it means your partner is gaining. And if you are applying this formula but your answer comes in negative form, it means partner is sacrificing. So keep these two things in mind. So now we are going to start the questions. Let's take an example. For example, x, y and z are partners having profit sharing ratio. PSR means profit sharing ratio as 5:3:2. What was the ratio? 5:3:2. And later on they decided to share profit in 2:1. Calculate sacrificing or gain of individual partners. What we have to do? We have to calculate the sacrificing or either partner is sacrificing or gain. So we have to find it, which partner is sacrificing and by what share, and which partner is gaining and by what share. So I told you, either you can use this formula or you can use this formula, because question says you to calculate sacrifice gain both. So you can use any of the formula. So suppose we are using this sacrificing. So formula for sacrificing ratio is old ratio minus new ratio. Formula for sacrificing ratio is old ratio minus new ratio. So what is the old ratio? Suppose we are calculating for x. What is the old ratio of x? That is 5 upon total of these three numbers, 5, 3, 8, 2, 10. 5 upon 10. This thing we have learned in chapter 1. Minus new ratio. What is the new ratio? Later on they decided to share profit in 2:1. It means for x it is 2 upon 5. 2, 2, 4 plus 1, 5. So when you solve it, it will be 5 minus 4, 1 by 10. So you have applied the formula of sacrificing ratio and your answer comes in positive form. It means x is sacrificing. What? X is sacrificing. Same formula you have to apply for y also. So in case of y, old ratio of y is 3 by 10 and new ratio of y is 2 by 5. So LCM becomes 10. So 3 minus 4, it will be minus 1 by 10. So we have applied the formula of sacrificing ratio and answer this time is in minus form. It means this partner is gaining, as I already told you here. Same formula you have to apply for z also. So what was the old ratio of z? It was 2 by 10. And what is the new ratio? It is 1 by 10, 5. So 2 by 10 minus 1 by 5. So when you will apply it, 10, 2 minus 2, it means 0. So this partner is neither gaining nor sacrificing. So what you have seen, what you have observed after this example, that gain or sacrifice both are of with equal amount. means x is gaining, sacrificing by 1 by 10, while y is gaining by 1 by 10. So there is equal change in the firm, in the firm. So now we are going to read some questions of this topic from the book. So here comes on to the questions. First question of your book: A and B are sharing profit and losses equally. Equally means there are two partners, so 1:1 is the old ratio. With effect from 1st April 2019, they agree to share profit in the ratio of 4:3. Means initially their ratio was 1:1, but later on they decided to share profit in 4:3. Calculate individual partners' gain or sacrifice due to change in ratio. So you have to calculate the gain or sacrifice. I hope you can solve it. Moving towards the next one. XYZ are partners sharing profit and loss in the ratio of 5:2 with effect from 1st April 2019. They decided to share profit and loss in the ratio of 5:3. Means initially they have ratio 5:3, but later on they decided to make their ratios as 5:3. So you have to calculate same thing here. Next question: XYZ are partners sharing profit 5:3. Later on they decided to it equally, so same thing you have to do here also. Fourth question: ABC are partners sharing profit and loss in the ratio of 5:1. Calculate new profit sharing ratio. So this question is something different. In the remaining earlier three questions, we have both old ratio as well as new ratio, but in this question what we have to do first, we have to calculate a new profit sharing ratio, and after that we have to calculate individual partners sacrificing and gaining ratio. So here we have to learn the calculation of new profit sharing ratio also. So there is nothing special calculation, you just have to understand these lines carefully. So let's start it. Question number 4 we are going to start here. So what is the old ratio given in question? It is 5:1 for A, B and C. So ratio of ABC is 5:4:1. So this is your old ratio. Apart from this, there are four different cases. You can say there are four conditions in which we have to calculate new profit sharing ratio. So we have to calculate new profit sharing ratio 4 times, same sacrificing or gaining 4 times. So what case 1 says? Case 1 says that C acquire 1/5 share from A. C acquire 1/5 share from A. It means C is taking 1/5 share, and from whom he is taking this share? So he is taking it from A. What case 1 says? Case 1 says that if C acquire 1/5 share from A, what it says that if C acquire, C, it is the name of partner, acquire 1/5 share from A. So write the share of A, B and C. Share of A is 5/10, B is 4/10 and C is 1/10. What question says that C is acquiring, means C is taking 1/5 share. So if C is taking, it means share of C will increase, that's why we will add. How much share will increase? So 1/5 share. And from whom he is taking this share? So he is taking it from A. So it means share of A will reduce, so we have to deduct this 1/5 from A, and there will be no change in case of B. So what will be the new profit sharing ratio? 5 minus 2, it becomes 3/10 for X, for A. For B it is 4/10, no change, and for C it will be 10, 1 plus 2, it becomes 3/10. So new profit sharing ratio in case 1 will be 3/10, 4/10 and 3/10. So we can neglect these values, these denominators we can neglect. Why we can neglect? Because if we will neglect it, what will remain? 3, 4, 3. So we can say na 3 4 3 means 3 plus 4 7, 7 3 10. It means it is 3 by 10. 3 4 3 means 3 by 10, 4 by 10 and 3 by 10. So this is your new ratio. And old ratio was already given to you in question, that is 5 4 1. Now you have to calculate gaining or sacrificing ratio, which I already told you. Moving towards the second case of the same question. What second case says? Second case says that C acquire 1/5 share equally from A and B. C acquire 1/5 share equally from A and B. Means this time again C is taking 1/5 share, but this time he is taking this share from A and B, and this time he is dividing this amount into equal parts. How many equal parts? So into 2 equal parts. So when you will divide 1 by 5 into 2 equal parts, many of you will not be able to answer it ki what will be the division of 1 by 5 into 2 equal parts. So you have to divide 1 by 5 into 2 equal parts. How many parts you have to do? 2. So what you have to do, you just have to multiply the denominator by the parts which you want to do. Suppose if you have to divide it into 3 parts, multiply it by 3. If you have to divide it by 4 parts, multiply by 4 in denominator. So in this way you can solve it. You can you can calculate the divide it into 2 equal parts. So if you will divide 1 by 5 into 2 equal parts, multiply by 2 and so on. So if you will multiply denominator by 2, what will be the answer? 1 by 10. Now some of you have doubt ki 1 by 10 is the double of 1 by 5, not half. So you can check it. We can say na that if we will divide 4 into 2 equal parts, it will be 2 and 2. अगर हम 4 को 2 इक्वल पार्ट्स में डिवाइड करेंगे तो ये कितना होगा? 2 and 2. So if we will add these two numbers, it will give us the same value. So again you can check. I told you that 1 by half of 1 by 5 is 1 by 10. So now you can check it also in the same way as you have checked it. So when you will add it, what will be the total? 2 by 10, and divide 2 by 10, it becomes 1 by 5. It means 1 by half of 1 by 5 will be 1 by 10. This thing I already told you in class 11th also. So it means C is taking 1 by 10 share from A and 1 by 10 share from B. So I hope now you can solve it. Means what you have to do, you have to deduct 1 by 10 from A, 1 by 10 from B, and these 1 by 10 1 by 10 will be added to the share of C as we have done it earlier. Moving towards the third case. What is the third case? A, B, C will share future profit and losses equally. What is future profit? Future profit means new profit sharing ratio. Future profit means new profit sharing ratio. So in this case, new ratio is already given, 1 equally. Equally means 1 ratio 1 ratio 1. So no need to calculate here. You just have to simply find out the gaining or sacrificing ratio. Move on to the fourth case. C acquire 1 by 10 share of A and 1 by 2 share of B. What case 4 says? C acquire 1 by 10 share of A and 1 by 2 share of B. So here of word is mentioned. While if you will notice, then earlier which word were mentioned? From A and B. From A. Earlier it was from. This time it is of A. So let's have a look how you will solve it. So what is the case for? C acquire 1/10 share of A and 1 by 2 share of B. Write it here. C acquire, C is a partner, 1/10 share of A and 1 by 2 share of B. So you already learned that of means in mathematics multiply. Of means multiply, which means C is acquiring 1/10 share of A. What part C is taking? 1/10 share. Of means multiply of A. A means what is the share of A? So we know that the old ratio in the question is 5:4:1. For ABC the old ratio is 5:4:1, which means 5:4:1 is the old ratio. And what question says? C acquire 1/10 share of A. So 1/10 share of means multiply A. What is the share of A? It is 5 by 10. So the share which C is acquiring from A is 5 by 100. Same, how much share C is acquiring from B? 1 by 2 share of B. So C is acquiring 1 by 2 share of means multiply, and whose share he is taking? Of B. So what is the share of B? It is 4 by 10. So we can use 4 by 10. It means 4 by 20 is the share which C is taking from B. This taken from B and this share is taken from A. So now you can calculate your new ratio. This is the, you can say this is the amount of sacrifice. This is the amount of sacrifice. This sacrifice is done by A, this sacrifice is done by B. But don't think that it is your sacrificing ratio. Even your sacrificing ratio will remain same, but still we will check it by calculating. So new ratio. What was the share of A? It was 5 by 10. Share of B, it is 4 by 10. Share of C, it is 1 by 10. What happens? A is sacrificing 5 by 100 from his share. How much share A is giving? 5 by 100. How much share B is giving? 4 by 20. And these shares are acquired by C. So we will add these balances into the account of C. So what we will get after it? So it becomes 100. 50 plus 5. 55 upon 100. This time it is 28 plus 4, 12 upon 20, and it will be 100, 10, 5, 20, 35 upon 100. So it becomes 35 upon 100. Sorry, this thing we have done minus, so we have to use minus. Again we have to use minus, so it will be 45 upon 100. It will be 4 upon 20. So what are the new ratio? ABC, it is 45 upon 100, 4 upon 20, and 35 upon 100. So if you will look it carefully, then the denominator of the partners are not equal. We have to make it equal. So take the LCM, or you can say simply just you can calculate it. We have to convert 20 into 100 so that the denominator of all the partners will be equal. So for that we can multiply it by 5. So the ratio will be 45 upon 100, 5 4 is 20 upon 100, and 35 upon 100. So we can, I already told you, neglect it. So new ratio will be 45 20 35. This will be our new ratio of A, B and C. If you want, you can further divide it. 5 9 ja 45, 5 4 ja 20, 5 7 ja 35. So this can also be your new ratio. So we already have old ratio as 541, and new ratio we have calculated in this fourth case, that is 947. So after that you can calculate the sacrificing ratio, which becomes these amounts. You can check it also. So I hope it is clear to you all, and keep these points in mind, because these points we have to use in remaining chapters also. So I hope you can cover these 4 questions as well as illustrations related to these also. Thank you.